excuse me?
Yeah, can I help you?
Yes, I'm Samantha Walker from KVIK-TV.
Ah, thanks. Excuse me, you were saying?
I called earlier about an interview with a former employee of mine, Justin Marshall.
Ah, yes, he's just come in, Miss Walker, from jail. We're transporting the prisoner to the courthouse for arraignment.
Oh.
But, I could let you see him for a couple of minutes.
Okay, thanks. Do I have to...
You can just walk right on over and talk to him, ma'am.
Hey.
Hey.
You okay? Jail must be pretty awful.
Cheer up, Sam. It's not as bad as that jail in Naples. I ran over that street light, started that fire. Of course, it's not quite as nice as a first class hotel in London.
You look so sad. Try not to get too demoralized.
I'd feel the way I feel right now, even if the police didn't think that I did it. It's not being here that's eating away at me. It's not even what might happen to me.
Justin, wait a minute. I don't understand. Do you understand what's happening here?
Yeah. I understand. Look, it's what I did before, what I can't escape from. What I did to Alex Wheeler.
Justin?
His death awakened me from a nightmare. Created another one. I hounded him, Sam. I hounded him right to the brink of his grave, blaming him for my father's death. He didn't shame my father. He didn't cause his death. When I think of how I stalked him, now I know how he must have felt. Now I know when it's too late.
Justin, you've got more important things to do now. You've got to prove you didn't do it. And I'm here to help you any way I can.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you. What about the others? KVIK? They feel the same way?
I wish I didn't have to tell you this.
What?
Vicky's fired you.
Texas, starring Beverly McKenzie.
Are you sure you're up to this?
No.
Oh, excuse me, Ryan. Oh, Iris. Oh. I can't begin to tell you how sorry I am. I know how heavy your grief must be. I will try to dispense with the business part of this as quickly and easily as I can. I just wish I didn't have to involve you in all these details right now.
Or do you have to? Maybe it could wait a week.
No, I'm sorry, but we've got to get through the formal reading of Alex's will now, I'm afraid. You see, the estate is so large and complex, there's no way of putting off the probate. The companies that do business with World Oil are getting pretty nervous as it is.
Yes.
It's all right. I understand.
Iris?
It's all right. I'm fine. I just want to get this over with. Please, Stryker, I'm ready. Let's get it over with.
I'm sorry, but we can't begin just yet.
Can't?
What's going on here? I thought you were the one who was in a hurry.
Well, there's another party mentioned in the will.
Fine, of course.
Well, no, Terry is waiting outside in her office, of course, but this is somebody else.
Oh.
We can't begin the reading until this other party has arrived.
Hi, Terry.
Hi, Dennis.
Listen, I'm really not sure why I'm here. All I know is Stryker Bellman called me and told me to meet him in Alex Wheeler's office. So, but
Just come with me, huh?
okay. Do you know what this is about?
Come in, son. We've been waiting for you.
Don't worry about Vicky. You know how close she was to Alex. She's just reacting blindly. You can't expect her to be objective now, but given time...
Given time, she'll want to see me pay like everyone else in Houston.
No, that's not true. Once she learns the facts,
It occurred to you. It occurred to you, too, didn't it? The facts are all against me. There are no facts coming to my rescue.
No, but...
But nothing. Sam, I don't have an alibi. I was found in the vicinity of the crime, in the basement of the building. The fact is, I was trying to get to my car. And another thing, they found my rifle in my car.
You listen to me. You didn't do it. And we're going to prove that. We will. I know we will.
Will we?
Mr. Marshall.
We will. He didn't do it. You know that, don't you?
Ma'am?
You read the ballistics report, didn't you?
Sure.
Well, I talked to someone who knows guns, and he said that the best shot in Texas couldn't have made the shot that killed Wheeler with that antique blunderbuss of Justin's.
And he had a Winchester, ma'am. A blunderbuss is a different...
That's not the point. Justin's rifle didn't kill anyone. It couldn't have. Isn't that true?
Well, that's not for me to say. That's up to the DA to decide. What I've heard is he just can't say for sure yet. Might have been, might not have been. They're having problems down in ballistics, that's all I know. It's gonna be hard to match that bullet.
That's some kind of proof then, isn't it?
Look, they might never be able to say that his rifle did or didn't do the killing. But one thing they can say for sure, that fella and that rifle were right there where they needed to be.
That's nothing. That's just circumstantial.
Yeah, we'll say it is. How many other rifles do we know for sure were there?
It doesn't matter how many other ones were there. There only had to be one other rifle. The one that did the killing.
Sure, lady. Now, you let me know if you find it, yeah?
You can just bet I will.
Come on in, son. Take a seat. We can begin now. Terry, won't you sit down?
Mom.
Johnny, just sit down, please.
Elliot, would you be good enough to excuse us now?
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking.
No, Elliot, stay, please.
Iris, there are certain customs that
Oh,
govern...
Stryker, please. I feel alone enough as it is. Elliot is close to me. He was my husband once, and he's a most trusted advisor. I want him to stay.
It doesn't matter, Iris. Call me at work when it's over.
There's no reason on earth why Elliot should have to leave.
Iris, please bear with me. We're here for a formal purpose. Our business is Alex's estate and the succession. After it's been read, the beneficiaries have the right to reveal its contents to anyone they choose. But for the time being, it's my duty to keep the extent and dispersion of the estate private.
Stryker's right, Iris. Anyway, I need to get back to work. So, excuse me, everyone.
Thanks very much, Elliot.
Oh, not at all.
That applies to me, too. I don't belong here either.
No, you're wrong, son. Please, now take a seat next to your mother. I'll get right on with the reading of it. Come on.
Well, I'll give you credit for nerve, Junior, but no, honey. You don't work here anymore.
Huh?
See, your job evaporated the first night that you didn't show up for work. Bye-bye.
Hey, you're not gonna hold that against me, are you? I've been a loyal employee. I mean, well, give me a break, huh? I've been having all sorts of family troubles, you know. Me and my old lady, we split up, and, well, I've been real off balance, and, well, I had to find a new place to live and everything.
You are boring me, Junior.
Besides, I tried to, you know, to explain. I kept on calling and calling, but there was never no answer, you know? I guess that's on account of all the hell that was breaking loose around here.
Oh, it was hell, all right. Never seen anything like it. One minute it was a big society wedding, and the next it was...
Yeah, I guess I just would have been in the way if I was around here, huh?
Well, it's just been a madhouse ever since. Police tripping all over themselves. I guess they all wanted to get a good look at it, you know? I just now got rid of the last of them, and the maintenance men just finally replaced the glass.
Yeah? Well, things all look straightened out now, you know? I mean, the place is looking real good. And, well, what do you think? We gonna be ready to open up for business tonight?
And to Teresa Decker, loyal friend and valued assistant, 0.5% of the World Oil Transport stock wholly owned in the name of Alexander Wheeler, and a sum to be named in codicil. And now, finally, the disposition of the remainder of Alex's estate. He specifies the following in his will. To my beloved nephew, Ryan Connor, 1/3 of all my holdings in World Oil, not otherwise disposed of, as well as responsibility for managing or disposing of said holdings on behalf of himself and my other major beneficiaries. To my beloved wife, Iris Corey Wheeler, 1/3 of all my holdings. And to Dennis Carrington, her son, 1/3 of all my holdings. Tendered this day...
Wait a minute. Wheeler's leaving me 1/3 of his estate?
That's right. Of course, there's no formal accounting yet, but after the bequest to Terry and to Alex's sister and to the others mentioned by name in the will, there's going to be a substantial sum of money to be divided between your mother and Ryan and you, Dennis. I would estimate that value would be, well, somewhere in excess of several $100 million.
Mom, what's going on here?
If I may be allowed to advise the beneficiaries. Now, you have all heard that Alex named Ryan as the chairman and chief executive officer of World Oil. You realize how much faith he had in you, son. Dennis, you and your mother make up the rest of the executive committee. I do hope that you will both be able to agree with Ryan's judgments in order to expedite the whole transition period. And it's the only way that we can minimize the negative effects that World Oil can expect when the will is filed for probate.
Look, forget it.
Well, now, son...
Look, I said forget it.
Wait a minute.
And you can forget about any agreements or organizational transitions or any other of this bad joke that involves me, because I don't want to be involved, all right?
But, son, you are involved.
Look, then uninvolve me. You're a lawyer. I don't want any part of Wheeler's will or anything else.
Elliot, do you have a minute?
Sure, what's up?
A problem maybe you can help me with. You want to sit down?
Sure.
I was hoping that maybe you could advise me about something.
Sure, what do you mean?
I want to know how you go about finding out if somebody purchased a rifle recently.
Well, they don't register rifles in Texas. You can buy one at any sporting goods store. That is, if you wanted to leave any trace at all. There are illegal sources in Houston, I'd imagine.
I see.
But if you want my help, be more specific. What rifle? Who do you think purchased it? Are you sure it was purchased recently? I'd have to know all of that, and, well, I'd be curious to know why you want to know.
If it was bought illegally, what then?
Well, then you probably wouldn't ever find out any more about it. Might have been stolen 1,000 miles away, smuggled in. Illegal gun merchants aren't a talkative lot. If you made them nervous with your questions, they might use you for target practice.
I've got to find out somehow.
Why?
Because if I don't, then Justin...
Oh, I understand. You were concerned about Justin. Well, actually, I don't understand. The police already have the rifle he used.
They don't have the right rifle. They don't even have the right man.
You know, right. If I could get any decent help, you wouldn't get a second chance, believe me.
But I'm just irreplaceable, right, boss?
Just cheaper to take you back than run the ad any longer.
You're swell.
You're not, honey. At least you don't try to drink up all my profits.
I guess you'll be offering me a raise soon, huh?
Just get back to work right before my... Just stay out of my way, honey. One last thing, Mr. Wright. You owe me for this second chance, so when and if I need a favor, honey, you'll be there, won't you?
You know me. Thanks, boss.
Hi. How you doing?
For once, Lady Luck is finally going my way. Yes, sir. Marshall's in stir, and Billy Joe is back at the top of the world.
What are you talking about? He had motive, opportunity, and means. If Justin didn't do it, who do you think did?
Well, I'm not sure. But see how this sounds to you. I was at the wedding, and just before Alex Wheeler was shot, Clipper Curtis showed up at the door. He wanted to warn Alex about Justin.
Well, all the more reason to suspect Justin, then.
Is it? You've been in the newsroom long enough to notice that Justin is very hostile towards Clipper. And then all of a sudden, Clipper manages to get close to Justin. Put that together with his little act at the wedding, and doesn't that sound suspicious?
You suspect Clipper? I mean, if he was at the wedding, he could hardly have...
Right. He couldn't have pulled the trigger. But think back to the night before. You were working, right?
Yes.
Well, there was this guy, this young guy. He came in looking for Clipper, remember?
No, not quite.
Well, come on, Elliot, think. This young guy was carrying a package, and he tried to give that package to Clipper. Could have been a rifle.
Clipper Curtis?
That away. I wish I'd stayed to listen. Damn. I wonder what Clipper's little friend was doing while Clipper was showing off how worried he is about Alex Wheeler.
Now, Iris, don't pay the boy's behavior any mind. He's just letting his confusion talk. He'll come around.
No, he won't. You don't know Dennis Stryker. I hardly know him anymore.
Well, be that as it may, the boy's got plenty of time to see things differently. The succession hasn't even formally opened yet. These are just the preliminary stages.
Well, what happens if he never changes his mind?
Well, I never even thought about that. I don't think I'm going to have to think about it. Look, as I said, give the boy a little time. He's going to have enough of it to get used to his new role. And then, if you like, we'll have Ryan take Dennis under his wing and train him in some executive position for World Oil. That way he'll feel like he's more a part of things. You'll be willing to do that, wouldn't you, Ryan?
Sure, Stryker.
Somehow I'll have to persuade Dennis to do that.
Iris, try to ease yourself about the business details. I'm going to be here to keep a close eye on things for you. Don't fret yourself about details yet now.
All right, Stryker. Thank you.
Now, listen, everybody. I think that about ends our business here today. If you'll excuse me, I have to get into criminal court this afternoon for Justin's arraignment.
What? What did you say?
Well, Justin Marshall's being charged this afternoon.
And you're going to represent him?
I am?
That butcher? You're going to represent the man who killed Alex? You can't.
Yes, I can, and I will. Now, I mean to see that Justin Marshall has a fair trial. That means he's going to have competent counsel. Iris, you see, the Marshalls and the Bellmans go back a long way.
How can you? He murdered my husband. Your friend. How can you? Have you no loyalty at all? I've heard that lawyers were prostitutes, but this is unconscionable.
Iris, I regret causing you more pain. I regret your misfortunes. But I don't believe that Justin Marshall is the cause of them. He didn't kill Alex, and I mean to prove that in court. Now, if for some reason or other you see a conflict of interest in my defending Justin, I'll be perfectly happy to step aside in the matter of Alex's succession. I'm sure that Ryan will be able to find proper counsel to handle the disposition of Alex's will. Now, I'm sorry, but I'm late. I have to go. But understand me. Nothing in creation will cause me to forsake Justin Marshall in his time of need.
Terry, get me the district attorney on the phone.
But Iris,
Please, just do as I say.
you were there. Did you hear what was said?
I don't think so. I can't remember.
Try, please. It could be important.
You never called or came by the club.
I've been broadcasting a game only. What are you trying to do, man? Coming here like this, carrying that thing? You crazy punk, are you trying to ruin me?
It's you trying to ruin me, old buddy.
Lord, you're drunk as a skunk. Can't you stay sober for one day? Wait until after the wedding. You can stay drunk for a month on champagne after that.
Well, you listen. Oh, buddy. I thought this whole thing out. I want to know who in the world you want to get crazy enough to take a pot shot at Alex Wheeler on his wedding day, huh? You want to get it done? Do it yourself. Here.
No. Sorry. I guess I just wasn't paying attention. I was working on a story.
It's a shame. It could have been some kind of planning session.
Yes, well, I have work of my own to do, if you'll excuse me, Sam. Good luck.
Thanks.
The district attorney himself referred me to you, Mr. Blackwell, so surely you can tell me more than that. I know Justin Marshall is to be arraigned today. What I need to know is the charge you intend to bring. As Alex Wheeler's widow, I feel I have a right to know that much.
Yes, Mrs. Wheeler. I'll tell you where we are with this thing right now.
Please.
I've just been going over the ballistic study, and we have a very weak case. Marshall's paraffin test came back negative.
Paraffin?
Well, that's how we determine if the suspect has fired a weapon recently. It's not foolproof.
He could have worn gloves.
Yes, I suppose that's possible, but beyond that, we haven't been able to make a definite match with the bullet fragments and the rifle found in Marshall's car.
What does that mean exactly?
In terms of the case, we made a tentative decision to ask that Justin Marshall be bound over on suspicion of murder charge.
Suspicion?
Just for now. What with the ballistics...
That won't do. It's not good enough. Justin Marshall murdered my husband. And I will bring in any ballistics expert in the world to help you prove that. But in the meantime, you simply cannot let him out on bail. Now, if he were merely a suspect, he could get bail, couldn't he?
Well, yes.
But not if he's charged with first-degree murder.
There'd be no bail in that case.
Can you arrange that?
First-degree murder...
Since it's obvious he's guilty, I trust you will arrange that he's charged with what he did.
Mrs. Wheeler, until we have a stronger case, I'm not certain that that's the wisest thing to do.
Ah, very well, young man. I'll speak to the district attorney, and he'll see that you do the right thing.
No, that won't be necessary. I guess we'd get there anyway, eventually. So, all right, Mrs. Wheeler, I agree with you. The charge will be first-degree murder.
Good. I'm glad to hear you say that, Mr. Blackwell. Thank you. Am I to assume you don't share my feelings, even though it was your uncle Justin murdered?
Well, you can assume that I'd feel more comfortable if the law was just allowed to take its natural course without outside influence, yes.
Then we have no disagreement. That course suits me fine as long as it sends Justin Marshall where he belongs.
Look, perhaps you've forgotten. I heard Alex say that he didn't believe Justin shot him.
Yes, I remember that. It was the final, generous gesture of a man who was loving and kind. But I intend to see that he has his vengeance.
Iris, where are you going?
I'm going to court, Bill, to that arraignment. I'm going to make sure that young man does charge Justin with first-degree murder, as he said he would.
Look, I don't think you should be going anywhere.
But I have to.
Come on, you look weak. When's the last time you've eaten?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember.
But you haven't eaten anything since this all started. Look, why don't you do as you planned? Go to the yacht, get some rest. Just forget about all this vengeance right now. Just let the law take its own course as it should, please.
Yes, perhaps. Yes. I want to go to the yacht. I feel close to him there, on the yacht where we met. That's what I need. To feel him near me again. Be close to him. I need that even more than vengeance.
Terry, make arrangements for Iris to go to the yacht. Will you, please?
Such a long face.
You mind if I have another one?
Sure. Junior? Of course, you know there are other cures for the blues. Just what are your blues, honey?
Got a phone call from Alex Wheeler's attorney asking me to show up in Alex Wheeler's office.
Stryker.
Yeah, Stryker. Anyway, the message was, I'm in Wheeler's will.
Baby, that's wonderful.
For a third of the estate.
A third? downhearted. Can't decide what to buy first? Only kidding, Dennis. Really, I was just kidding. What could possibly be wrong, honey?
It's just... I can't believe it. I mean, I really don't want to... I don't want to believe it. A few weeks ago, I was out of town trying to scrounge up a few $1,000s to keep the gallery running. That's why I wasn't here when Dawn was attacked. I mean, that's why we broke up. I was out of town trying to scrounge up a few $1,000s, and she was here, being hurt.
Your logic is escaping me, Dennis. I'm sorry.
Well, maybe it only makes a very personal kind of sense. A few weeks ago, all I wanted to do was make money. And now, I'd gladly give up 1,000 times that amount if I could have her back again, if we could be together again.
Sounds like a bad bargain to me.
Why? You think money is more important than love, don't you?
No. No, that's not true, Dennis. I value love very highly. It's just that sometimes I think that real money can be more valuable than illusory love.
Illusory?
Oh, Dennis. Surely you realized how young Dawn is? I mean in years as well as experience. Much younger than you. She's ever going to be a real woman for a real man. Well, I'm her sister, but I'll be the first to say it. She's got a lot of growing up to do, Dennis. That is so, isn't it? Am I wrong?
I don't know.
I just don't think that you should be sitting here mooning over Dawn. I mean, she's the one who has to change, not you. I'll tell you what I think you should be doing. I think that you ought to be thinking about all of your glorious new options, Dennis. About the kind of person that you want to share your new life with now that you have no limits at all. I mean, you can be anything, Dennis. Do anything. No limits. You haven't even thought about that, have you?
Oh, yes, I have. Let me tell you something, Paige. There are always limits. And when there aren't limits, there should be. Guess that's why I'm going to turn down this damned inheritance. What are you doing?
Well, you don't feel feverish. But you have got to be sick, baby. It isn't healthy, anybody who'd turn down 1 million, 2 million. Just how much are you planning on letting go, anyway?
I think it was something like that, Stryker said. I don't know. There's still auditing to be done. There are tax considerations. I don't know, and it's crazy. It's totally insane.
And so are you, Dennis, if you don't take it. Oh, Dennis, all that lovely money. Don't let it go.
He really did it this time. He really got what he wanted, didn't he?
You mean Alex? I wouldn't call dying getting your own way, Dennis.
I mean, a week ago, I wouldn't let that bum buy me a cup of coffee. And now he's dumped 1/3 of his lousy fortune on me? On me?
Oh, please, try to forgive him, Dennis.
It's a little late for that, isn't it?
Oh!
What I don't understand, what I really don't understand is why? Why did he do it? Oh, I know. He didn't expect to die or anything like that. But why did he put me in his lousy will? Mom, I can understand putting Mom in his will, but out of all the people in the world he could possibly care for, why me? You tell me that, Paige. Why me?
Maybe he thought you were cute.
I'm serious.
I know. Crazy, but serious.
Maybe. But none of this makes sense. And I've got to understand it. I've got to find out.
Well, maybe you should, ask your mom. I mean, she should know better than anybody. She was closer to Alex than anyone was, wasn't she?
Yeah, I guess she was. You're a big help, Paige. Thanks a lot.
Up.
Here.
On the house. Come on. Talk to you soon. Oh, jackpot! Oh, millions. Hundreds of millions. Oh, dear. It's not in the bank yet, though, honey. Oh, God, he wouldn't actually blow it all off, would he? Oh, too horrible to even imagine. I better see what I can do about that. Yeah.
Carrington.
Elliot, congratulations. I'm sure you've heard about your son's good fortune.
Paige? No, as a matter of fact. What are you talking about?
Well, Alex Wheeler's will, of course.
Well, I knew they were reading it, but I was invited not to attend. What happened?
Dennis made good, Elliot.
Yeah? How good?
1/3 of
Hundreds of millions of dollars. They don't even know how many hundreds yet. Nobody's counted it. It may take years.
You Texas girls. Out front all the way. No guile, no phony Eastern decorum. How unlike Iris you are.
Now, Elliot. Should I take that for criticism?
Oh, on the contrary, I approve. The hunger is right out front for all the world to see.
And your detachment, Mr. Carrington, also admirable.
Well, call me jaded. I'm pleased for my son, but it doesn't affect me much.
Well, Dennis just told me that he wasn't going to accept the money.
What? Oh, I get it. One of your little jokes.
Do you hear any laughter?
Paige, did he really say that?
He certainly did.
Amazing.
Elliot, don't you think a little fatherly chat is in order?
Yes. Maybe I should talk to him.
Good. I knew you would. Let me know how it goes, okay, honey?
Goodbye, Paige.
I'm okay, Stryker.
I'm going to plead you innocent this afternoon because that's what I know you are, but I just want to be sure you understand what we're facing here.
I understand, Stryker.
Do you? Because guilty or innocent, you walked yourself into this position, you know, by being as headstrong as you used to be when you and Rena were tearing up this town together.
Stryker, do you have to?
Yes, I do, if it'll clear your head any. You tried and convicted Alex Wheeler. You sentenced him to death in your own heart. Even though half the people in this city were telling you were wrong as sin about him. Now, isn't that so?
Stryker, I know what I've done. I also know what I haven't done.
Well, listen, I had a little do with Iris this afternoon. She laid into me for defending you. She would like to see you taken out and hanged, I'm afraid. As far as she's concerned, this trial is an annoying formality.
I know.
I just want you to know what it means. We are not fighting simply the district attorney and the police and the miserable reputation which you have earned in the minds and hearts of our fellow citizens. We are fighting a lady wronged and a lady out for revenge. And a lady armed with all the money and power and influence that Alex Wheeler left behind. I would call the odds formidable.
Please rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge William Davis presiding.
State is represented by Mr. Blackwell. State the charge, please, against Justin Marshall.
First-degree murder, Your Honor.
And there'll be no bail set. Is the defendant represented by counsel?
He is, Your Honor.
Mr. Bellman, how does the defendant plead to the charge of first-degree murder?
The defendant pleads not guilty, Your Honor.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas.
Good morning. Good morning.
Meet me for breakfast when you first wake up. Remember, breakfast. I don't want to be without you even for a little while.
Like a dream, the sun drives away.
Says he knows you. Shall I ask him to come in?
But I don't believe I remember you.
Hi there, pretty lady. I'm Alex Wheeler of Texas. And you, of course, are unforgettable.
Of course. It's all right, Robert. So, tell me, Mr. Wheeler, what brings you here? Have we really met before?
Shall we dance?
I'm here now.
Nothing will ever part us again, Alex. Nothing in this world. Oh.
Alexander, do you take this woman, Iris, to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
Iris, do you take this man, Alexander, to be your lawful wedded husband?
I do.
Alex, place the ring on Iris's hand and repeat after me. Iris, with this ring I thee wed.
Iris, with this ring I thee wed. Now I have a son. Our son.
Yes.
This is another miracle that I owe to you. Can we make that voyage we should have made so long ago?
Yes, darling. Yes.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Texas, I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Remember, breakfast. I don't want to be without you, even for a little while. In the morning. In the morning. In the morning, darling. Remember, Alex.
Iris.
Remember. In the morning.
Iris, it's time.
Time?
For the service.
Texas, starring Beverly McKenzie.
You go, Ryan. I can't.
Oh, that's all right. Take a minute for yourself. They'll wait.
All those people with their flowers and eulogies. I can't. To put him in the ground and walk away.
Not really, no. Because that's not Alex. He's still with us. He's still with you. Just the way he wanted to be, all right?
Where? Don't tell me any comforting lies. I am not a child, Ryan. Can I touch him? Can I call to him and hear him answer? Alex, where are you? I need you.
I know.
Oh. I am a child, aren't I?
No. You just hurt.
All I want is to sleep.
Did you have a bad night?
Oh, not so bad. Not so bad as morning. Just now I was dreaming. Remembering, really. What's the difference? What happened, what might have happened. It's all one long sleep. I was dreaming and I wished. My daddy used to say that when you dream, a part of you is waking someplace else, where the air sparkles as brightly as diamonds. Or so he said. All the lost things go there. Alex is there. And I'm there too sometimes. We're young. We're dancing. The things people tell children.
Iris.
Look, don't. Don't feel sorry for me. I'm a fool. I squandered the time with my lies and delays. In all my life, I learned nothing. I'm selfish. I'm weak. I can't even be left alone without crumbling.
You're not alone. Look, we're family now. I'm here. I'm going to help you.
Then bring him back. How dare he leave me again? How dare he, Alex? I loved you.
Iris, listen to me. Listen to me. What you're feeling now, it's all my fault. I don't expect you to forgive me.
Oh, you feel that way, too?
What way?
I just keep thinking how different it all would be if only I had him back.
Why? What would you do if you had him back?
I'd hide him. I'd take him away and keep him all to myself so no one else could ever hurt him. You see, the guilt, it isn't just you.
Yeah. Thanks.
So it's all right. You can tell me.
No, it's nothing important. Nothing important.
Something you've done?
No, it's just the will, that's all. Alex's will.
I can't think about that.
I know, but Stryker wants to go ahead. He's coming here after the funeral. Look, I'm sorry. I should have said no.
No. There are things to be done. When all of this is over, I think I'll go away for a while. Perhaps on the yacht. But for now, it's time to do my duty.
Oh, Chuck, I see nothing worrisome about that. Bart Walker's been after my hide ever since I got to Houston. Oh, fine. Let him think it's irregular. Well, in that case, why don't you pat his hand and sing him a lullaby? What did I let Connor talk me into there?
I need you to sign a death certificate. And after that, you're going to have to get hospital clearance. I want you to arrange a private suite for him. I want you to get him in under another name as a newly admitted patient.
See just how many laws do you expect me to break?
I expect you to help me keep him alive. Now, that's it. That's your duty as a doctor, right? Okay. We'll register him under Arthur Wesley. That's W-S-L-E-Y. We'll keep him under wraps until I can find his assassin. Or until he recovers well enough to make his own decisions.
What made me say yes? Why put my head in the block for him?
Courtney, what in the world is going on? What's Kevin hiding? The mortality committee meeting on Wheeler is supposed to be posted today. It's not.
Oh, I see. The meeting's late, so Kevin's
It's not
hiding
late.
something.
There isn't going to be a meeting.
Of course there's going to be a meeting, Bart. There's always
I just talked to Dr. Sloan. He says hospital procedures are suspended for this case for, quote, compelling reasons, unquote.